and I am him. I am he that they call the alpha male. Listen, y'all. You see it back there again. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Of course, last week, we were able to witness or bear witness to Alabama falling victim to the Michigan Wolverines, and in good fashion too. College football fashion, in my opinion. Let me back up just a little bit so you guys can see my beautiful face. Seriously. Um, and you see, I'm wearing my maize and blue. I want to be specific. I said yellow and blue or gold and blue and whatnot, but I'm wearing my maize and blue today because, of course, I wore my purple and gold for Washington, but I definitely want to represent Michigan in clear fashion simply because, again, ding dong, the witch is dead. They beat Alabama and in good fashion, double overtime, no, single overtime. This was the way that it needed to happen. And graciously enough, I got my best friend, somebody that has definitely brought me along in this entertainment industry, if you will. I got my boss man Griff in, man. Griff, what's going on, brother, man? How's it going?
Man, what's cracking, homie?
What's happening with you? How you feeling?
I'm awesome. Why can't can you see me?
No, I can't see your face just yet.
That is weird. Hold on.
But
Let me
but
click in
but
settings. Oh, take it off this virtual. Got it.
all
Bam.
right, there we go. And he got his maize and blue on too. How's it going, big homie?
Man, you already know I'm in Houston. I'm trying to contain the excitement because I'm saving it all for the field, like they say. But being a Michigan fan, I'll tell you something cool. My 24-year-old daughter for Christmas, she got me the 1977 Rose Bowl program for Christmas. And
Wow.
that was the game that I snuck in when I was 6 and became a Michigan fan. I found my way on the Michigan side and all the people were saying, "Go blue, little boy." And they was giving me beads and hats. And I had Michigan stuff for a couple years. So, being a Michigan fan and then getting this tattoo. You understand me? I don't
Right,
know how
right,
can I
right.
put this dog in. There you go. And
You
then
weren't
getting
6 years
this
old when you
tattoo.
got that tattoo, right?
No, I just got this in November so it could be healed by the Ohio State game because I knew we was gonna beat them again. And what's crazy about this logo is
Right.
they only had this logo for a couple years because they found out quickly that a Michigan Wolverine ain't the animal that you want to have. It was attacking the trainers. Every time
Right.
they let it out, it was like a proper Tasmanian devil. Like a Wolverine ain't a cute animal, dog. It's a problem. So that was the last year of that logo. So as I go to airports and everything else, I simply say, unless you got a tattoo of Alabama or Ohio State or whoever, I'm not the one you want to have this conversation with. And I
Right.
ain't even go to school. I already knew what I was going to be when I grew up. People like, "Oh, you went to Michigan? Why would I go to school?" No, that's dumb.
Pay all that money for it. Like I like them, but I don't like them that much. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, go to school. Boo.
For what? So real quick, guys, before I go any further, man, listen, I do this with all of my friends and whatnot. I definitely want you guys definitely get this man some traffic and forget giving him some traffic. Just laugh, cause I ain't gonna lie, it's a hoot. If you know him personally, you just laugh just from being
How
in his
old are you,
presence.
dog? You ain't even
I'm
that
I'm
old to be saying it's a
47.
hoot.
I'm 47.
It's a
But
hoot.
I mean, for real, check him out on Instagram, 2 trillion. Check him out on Instagram at 2 trillion. Matter of fact, check him out on all his social medias at 2 trillion, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Website, everything.
Yeah,
Facebook, same thing.
and speaking of the website, listen, he got some heavy hitters. Okay, Fred Hammond, you know what I'm saying. Erica Campbell, we got Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin, you know what I mean. CC Winans, and all of them are definitely, you know what I'm saying, speaking highly of my man. So you definitely, again, just go check this guy out because I'm telling you, if all the comedians out there right now cutting each other's heads off, this guy ain't into that BS. All right.
I'm not about that life, dog. I'm not. Let me tell you something. Proverbs 17:22 say laughter is good for your soul like a medicine. I'm out here blessing folk. That's it. Always have been, always will till I die.
All right. So I asked the Washington Husky. I know you saw it, but I asked him, when was their last national championship? And I didn't have a second to even breathe, and he already knew it. When was the last time Michigan had a national championship, sir?
97, Charles
And
Woodson.
you already know it.
Yeah.
1997 national championship. What was the last time they won? Now, the last 3 years has been sort of difficult. Just being
No, the
honest.
last 3 years been sucky. I heard you jump the other day that for to beat Ohio State,
Right.
which is Michigan's hump. To beat Ohio State and then lose in the playoffs. I mean, one year we just get mopped up by Georgia.
But
To
you ran
me,
into a buzzsaw. I mean, that's no fault of your own.
no. I know Georgia's fresh. I mean, but still though, you don't want to make it all the way and then lose, and then the next year we make it again, and then just get. Who saw TCU? I mean, the way Georgia beat them in the championship, I know we could have did better than that, but
For sure.
So this was the year, the focus year, man. We
Yeah.
got to get past Ohio State. I don't have no funk with no Alabama fans. I hate Ohio State. Period.
We know.
Okay?
We know. We know.
Yeah. So I told all Alabama fans, listen, Nick Saban, probably the highest football IQ of a human being out of 8 billion people, easily. Top two. Who's your second person? I don't believe. Like, Nick Saban is the man. Everything he does at that school, all those kids go to college or to the NFL. All those kids make money later. He is a problem. But Nick Saban's brother ain't in the NFL. That's the best thing Harbaugh had going for him. They said, oh, yeah, Alabama running NFL offense. Yeah, well, my brother in the NFL, so I'm going to just ask him how you stop this, how you do this.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
That game, the Alabama game was important, but it was more. That was a coaching game right there. It was awesome to see Nick Saban fall. That was it. You were saying ding dong, the witch is dead. He ain't a witch. Again, I don't have no fun with Nick Saban, but the same way Georgia mopped us up and then mopped up the next team to win the championship, we got something else we focusing on, man. We got something else, something big, something today.
So you pointed out something as far as the matchup between you and Michigan. I mean, you and Alabama. It was a coaching dream. It was a coach's dream to play that chess match between two intellectual minds. You dig what I'm saying? Ooh, and so, looking at that, I do see that there is a pecking order there. But I also want to ask this question. Is this the end of Alabama as we know it? I mean, you got to admit, this year, they weren't supposed to be there. Let me point this out. They were not supposed to be there.
Stuck in there. They finagled themselves in there,
The Nick Saban Invitational, right?
Dog, all I'm going to say is this. Is this the last year of Alabama? Is this? I don't care, dog. Go blue. Let me tell you something. 124 something teams in the NCAA, dog. I care about one team, dog. We got to worry about. So here go the real thing.
Right.
Beating Alabama we just wanted to shut people up saying the Big Ten is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't have all the schools. Yes, we got some horrible schools in there. Purdue's and Indiana's, and they're not football schools, But in September, we'll now have to play Washington, Oregon, USC, UCLA. So now the big game of the Big Ten ain't going to be Ohio State, Michigan. Somebody going to have to go to Washington. Somebody going to have to go to Oregon at night. That ain't no easy. We don't know them people. We don't, Oregon ain't easy. What? It's going to be fun to go to, though.
But to your point, though, the SEC got some sucky schools too. Let's point something out. South Carolina and I love South Carolina. I got close ties. Benedict's right down the street, Allen University. But let's just be honest. They go to Georgia, they get trounced. They might have a half or a quarter that
They
that
be
might be
sweet. They
impressive.
be up 10-0 every year.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, when you look at a Kentucky, they're supposed to be world beaters, but somehow can't find a way to get past Louisville. When you look at, the ACC has certain teams. So let's just be honest. There is not only an East Coast bias, but there's also a Northern and Southern bias as
Of
well.
course. Of
You know
course.
what I mean? So let's not put it off that somehow the SEC got the magic potion. Right now, the only two teams that we can possibly see is Alabama and Georgia that are dominant. And then to that point as well, the reason Florida State fell out was because of the fact that they came from the ACC, but they dominated the SEC as far as their record throughout the season. They
Right.
beat multiple top 25 SEC teams, and yet
But
they
then if
don't
they
make it
would have
into
beat
the
Georgia, we'd all said, "Oh yeah, they should have went." They got mopped up, dog. They lost by
yeah.
1,000.
But I
So
mean, you got they did. I ain't gonna hold. Now this is also a
I
point
know
too.
nobody
Them
played
kids,
in it, and all
yeah, them
them
kids. Sit
everybody
your ass on
opted
the
out.
field. Yeah, like I didn't have that. I didn't have that opportunity in college. Now,
It
granted, we
must
never
be
played
nice,
any bowl
dog, to
games.
not play when the boy who won the Heisman from LSU
Yeah,
who got duped because really Michael Penix should have
should have won it.
won the Heisman, man, and
Right,
what a great organization. I actually talked to Jason the Jet Terry the other day because I'm gonna have him
right,
on I Hate the Homies, the podcast that I do, and I said, JT, man, come on here, because when I got the tattoo, I started telling everybody, y'all gonna call me Jason the Jet Terry. Remember when the Dallas Mavericks, when he got their championship tattoo
yeah,
and they
yeah,
won the championship? I said, y'all gonna call me Jason the Jet. So I called JT and I'm like, Jason, man, come on the show. Let's talk about this Michigan tattoo. He said, dog, I'm rolling with Washington. I said, dog,
right.
you are Arizona Wildcat.
How does
You
that
a
work?
whole Wildcat. How does that work? And he said, my mama went to UW. My brother played running back at UW. Corey
Mm,
Dillon is my best friend. I
mm,
actually committed to UW to play and reneged last minute and went to
wow.
Arizona. So he a Husky for reals.
Y'all watch this now, and this is how deep and how far back Griffin and I go. Hey, who is your favorite college team?
Michigan.
Of course. Now, who is your second favorite college team?
Michigan.
You already know. Listen, I
And my
learned.
third favorite, and my 500th favorite, and my 1,000th favorite. Go blue, dog. It must be nice to have a second favorite team. Only a
Right.
girl can have a second team in football. Let me tell you
They like
why.
the uniforms. They like the uniforms. That's
No,
why.
no, 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 no. Because say your daddy is a Giant fan, right? So this girl done
Right.
been raised her whole life till she 23 with her daddy being a Giant fan. She done went to games, woo, woo, woo. Then she
Mm,
married a Steeler fan.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So a girl can like two teams. A dude that like two teams mean you was an orphan, you ain't had no daddy. Like, I don't know. You ain't supposed to like, you can't say I'm a Cowboy fan and an Eagle fan in the same conference. Grow up.
Makes no sense.
Yeah,
Makes
no,
no sense. It makes no sense. Ironically, my wife is an Eagles fan and my father-in-law is a Cowboys fan. So you kind
hilarious. I didn't know that. He didn't text me anything. Do you? I don't want to start no problems.
No, it's legit. And you're right. I even said it once before. I felt like Michael Penix should have been the Heisman Trophy winner. First off, before I go any further, yeah, I hate the homies. Dope podcast, funny podcast as well. Listen,
Thank
laughter's
you,
for the
man.
soul. Make sure y'all go and check those guys out. But along with that, man, some other news. Jim Harbaugh has been linked to, although his brother's in the NFL, he could possibly make the changes to also go to the NFL as well. Can we imagine a Michigan program without Jim Harbaugh? Because we know Michigan is one of those programs that they don't do a lot of changing. They don't do a lot of hiring of coaches. You
We
dig?
the
And they don't
Steelers of
fire a lot. Right,
college.
right.
Right.
And so now when you look at it, can you imagine a program without, Jim Harbaugh? He's revitalized Michigan. Can you see
I would
that without Jim
I would
Harbaugh?
love
Or
to
where do
see
you
the
see them
young
going?
I would love to see the young brother that
Mm,
sat in for those games.
That was
for
prime.
those 7 games
Hmm.
to maybe take the realm. I would love for Harbaugh to, say, hey, y'all, if I'm leaving, I want to I think y'all should pick this man. But
Mm.
I also believe that Michigan about to give Harbaugh the most money any human being has
Mm.
ever wanted.
Nick Saban,
That
who?
was a coach. You understand
Right,
me?
right.
The best part about Jim Harbaugh and is twofold. Number one, he went to Michigan.
Absolutely.
He was a quarterback in Michigan. He played in a big house. He also hate Ohio State. It ain't fake. It ain't.
Right.
It ain't kinda. You know what I'm saying? He know it's emotional, and you gotta calm down that week so you can, because it's so emotional because of the hate. And for the Ohio State fans that's watching this, let me tell you why y'all so petty. And you might not know this, homie. Let me tell you why they so petty. Three
Right.
things. Number one, they don't say Michigan.
Now, yeah,
Anybody
they say
from
the school down
Columbus,
south,
they
right?
say the school from up north. That's
Oh,
what
from
they
up north.
say.
Okay.
The
Okay.
school
Okay.
from up north. So that's number one. Number two, on the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, with big red X's, they cross out all the M's in Columbus, Ohio. I didn't believe it, and I had to go there and see it myself. So imagine Macy's with a giant red X on it, the
X's.
all McDonald's with red X's on them. So that's number two. They gang banging. They actually gang banging on a set. And the third thing, and this is the triflingest thing ever for you Ohio State fans, you blank
Right.
eye fans.
Right.
If they happen to beat Michigan,
Okay.
everybody related to the team, the coaches, the players, the people that clean up the athlete, everybody, they get a gold pants. They get a charm of
Mm.
gold pants, of Michigan football pants. Yeah, explain that to somebody. You get man pants, you get a charm, you get gold man pants.
Why? What am I doing that?
Not a electric bolt, not a machine gun.
Or a
You got
dollar, or at
man
least
pants.
100.
Man, go blue, dog.
I'm just saying. So I got something for you, man. And I know we're kind of going backwards with this, but now that I got you here, and I ain't gonna lie, I had downloaded this specifically for you because I know you would appreciate this.
But Tommy just felt like the best thing that we could do was have a quarterback run, which was kind of our 2-point play, one of our 2-point plays for this game. And the ball was on the 3-yard line, which is just like a 2-point play. So, but we didn't get it blocked, so it didn't work. We didn't execute it very well, and it didn't work. And they pressured, and we thought they would pressure, but we thought we could gap them and block them and make it work, and it didn't.
Man, how does
So
that make? I just
what I'm supposed to say now after I hear the low self-esteem of
right.
one of the greatest coaches in the whole world? I don't care about your LSD. That was the stupidest play in the world. First
Yeah.
of all, this is not. This is fourth and goal. This is fourth and goal in the Rose Bowl in overtime. Do
And
something that
that's
can work.
disrespectful. That's disrespectful
It's
because again,
very disrespectful. Dog, don't get
they use a
anyway.
quarterback. They use their quarterback. And granted, you remember earlier in the season, their offensive coordinator looked at him and said, "You should not play quarterback." He has the logo on his I guess on his shirt that says "Let a naysayer know." You did what I'm saying? Link. So the fact that they were to use him to, I guess, move on
Dog,
to
that
the
looked like
national
a fool in
championship.
Pasadena, dog. That's all. All I know is I was at some Alabama people's house watching the game. If y'all go
Right.
to @2trillion, the face, and they not just Alabama people, they alma mater. That's they went
Mm,
there. She was a cheerleader. Her ex-husband, her widow husband played football there. It's an
right.
Alabama house, dog. And to
Yeah.
win, oh dog. So we got something, I'm looking at Michael Penix's his stats, right? The dude has
Right.
4,600 yards passing. That's and both his wide receivers, his wide receivers and his running back is going to the NFL. It's about 6 people
Right.
watching it going to the NFL, right? We're
Right.
gonna have to really the cornerbacks. I mean, we've been practicing for this because we really practice it for Alabama. Here, how about this? You give me $1 million right now and ask me what the Washington's coach name is. I wouldn't even get that
Don't
million.
know it.
It was
Don't even
not a
know it.
blessing for me. It wasn't a blessing for me. And all I'm saying, no offense to Washington, but I know my coach name. I know my
Yeah.
coach name. I know my
And he
coach.
got
I
a
know
brother.
his pedigree. I know his pedigree. I know where he been.
Right.
I don't know your
Right.
coach, dog. Y'all could be
Right.
fluky as all get out, dog. You can be TCU did it too. Same colors.
But I mean, and to that point, you know, um, it does show that you guys are in a different class. But what's so interesting? Again, I spoke with Andy Bunker, who of course is a Washington alum. You see that
Yeah.
correlation there, and so he had brought up the fact that if if Michigan were to slow the game down, have long extended drives that end in touchdowns, that were to draw out the game, keep Michael Penix on
Yeah, because Michael
the
Penix want to
sideline.
have a shootout. He want to have a
Yeah,
shootout. You can't.
right. And if Michigan
So
is
do
to slow
Patrick
that down,
Mahomes.
you guys have a better chance.
So do Patrick Mahomes. So do Josh Allen. So do Tua. And guess what you had him doing? Sitting on the side, doing like this. First of all, we got one of the best running backs in all of college. And then got his partner ain't too shabby either.
Right.
JJ McCarthy is special.
McCarthy.
That's what nobody knows. JJ is an athlete. JJ, let me tell you something, dog. JJ is special, dog. He's gonna and he probably gonna come back for next year. I hope he does. And it'll be fine because then he'll be the number one quarterback and all that. Like that's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't. It's a gang of quarterbacks going to the league, dog.
For
you
sure.
don't want to. I don't see JJ getting out of that second round ish. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was him, I would stay in school another year. And now it's gonna be exciting because we can start to recruit cats from Washington and Seattle, you know what I'm saying? Different running backs and white, them big Samoan dudes that went to that was in Hawaii, that's in Stockton, California. You know, we can get some of these University of Pacific portal walk-ups, dog. I'm excited about. And then I ain't never been to Washington, never been to Oregon, been to USC, UCLA, of course, but that's gonna be fun games to travel to, dog.
So is JJ McCarthy really the best quarterback of UM? Because again, I pointed it out that
Tom Brady went there, dog.
Yeah, of course. And so for Jim Harbaugh to go and say JJ McCarthy is the best UM quarterback of all time.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Okay, so it was just more so just
that's what you're supposed to say. Tom Brady is the greatest of all time ever, and he went to Michigan. That's the bottom line.
But he didn't have the same career as JJ McCarthy. I just want to point out.
He didn't have the same career, and he just started towards the end. And Drew Henson was the man in Michigan then.
Yes, he was.
You know what's crazy about JJ? Tom Brady ain't got no feet. He ain't never had no feet. JJ get up on you. You never seen that. JJ will get up on you. He can run the option like a brother. He can throw on the run.
So does that correlate or translate to the NFL? Because the weird thing about it
that's
is,
what I'm saying. Not really. I mean, you know, we don't really want to see the white boy running the option in the NFL. The last time we even kind of felt like that was going to happen was when your boy went to Cleveland and let down the world. He won the Heisman too.
Right. That was the guy from Miami. What's his name?
No, the boy that went to Oklahoma. He went to Texas A&M. You remember he was doing this?
Oh, Johnny Manziel. Yeah, Stephen Manziel. I get you, Johnny M. I get you, and that's just where I was at with that. It's interesting because again, JJ McCarthy is really he's putting up a resume that would put him in a number one category. But with a year like this, with all the quarterbacks that we got coming out, it does seem like it's a bit top heavy. And
they beat Washington, he'll be the greatest quarterback in the history of Michigan because he'll come back and do some more numbers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to beat Washington, dog. I feel like a coach right now. I don't want to talk about next year and what JJ gonna do, dog. We got a big game tonight, and we just focusing on the game.
So speaking on the game, of course, tonight we all know we got the national championship, Michigan versus Washington, which is going to be a big game. And so you guys right now are sitting at 75%. You guys are the ultimate favorites right now.
Yeah,
we're expecting you guys to be the favorites.
And the underdogs. I mean, that Texas Washington game was good because they both not good, kind of. I mean, not to be disrespectful, that's not true. I will take that statement back. They were both good enough to be number 2 against number 3. So don't be disrespectful, Griff. Right. But anybody that's a football fan or anybody that played football, the game was Michigan, Alabama. And everybody said what? Whoever win that game gonna win the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But what I don't want to do is count out this boy Michael Penix, because they didn't give him his Heisman, they didn't give him the Walter Camp, they didn't give him the don't take that out on us, brother. Go to the league and don't think about Washington no more, dog. But don't come out and make a statement against my boys.
Yeah, that would be bad. So Jim Harbaugh, he did say in a recent statement, he was asked by Kyle Bonagras for ESPN of ESPN.com, and he was just asking what would it mean for them to win the national championship. Jim Harbaugh basically came out and said it would mean everything to us. Again, given the last 3 years, and then with Coach Harbaugh's resume, it would behoove them to go on and finish the job, if you will. How do you feel? Do you feel where's your confidence level going into tonight?
Going to the game, I'm about to be tailgating with a bunch of Michigan people. I'm going to tailgate with the Washington folk too. I don't have no fun with Washington. Let's have a good game. Let's have some fun. Let's let it go into overtime. All this money we done paid for tickets. Like
unlike the Buckeyes, they gang banging over there,
Man, let's have a great game.
Right.
Let's have a great game. And I want to see I want to meet the Washington fans, because guess what? As of today, we'll be playing them every year. You know what I'm saying? I want to meet some Washington fans. So when I go to Washington, they're going to be like, Griff is a real one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep
he ain't one of them phonies.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It is me. He is I, and I am him. I am here that they call the Alpha Male. Well, first of all, before we go any further, the person who dubbed me the Alpha Male, I did not come up with this name at all. I did not ask for this name. I did not tell anybody.
Logo, though.
Yeah, thanks to my wife. I ain't gonna hold you. She got me straight. But it's because of this gentleman here. The first day I walked into a radio station, the first day I touched the microphone was because of this gentleman right here. So I do owe everything to this man. So I appreciate you for that opportunity, brother.
It's you know what I'm saying, dog? When I first met you, I loved your drive. I wanted to help you get put on. And I'm just a strong believer of helping. You know what I'm saying? My manager, Roz Thompson, says your give back heart is strong, but it's not just my give back. And I can say not a lot of people helped me to get to where I am right now, but because they didn't, it made me better. And because I'm here, I want to help everybody. I want to put everybody on. I want to put people on the radio. I want to put people on comedy shows. I want to put people in a position to win, because in the end, your legacy ain't going to be how fresh you are. Your legacy is going to be how many other people that you bless who can also talk about your legacy when you're gone.
All right. So before we go,
I got Michigan. Don't ask dumb questions.
I wasn't asking that. There you go. See, look at you.
Okay. I thought you was going to end it like a real sports reporter. So, Griff, who do you have in the big? Okay, yeah, I got Michigan, dog.
But dumber question. Do the Raiders bring back Antonio Pierce to lead the team?
I mean, why not, dog? We got nothing to lose. And shout out to the horrible Broncos. I also hate them. I hate two teams, and I wish horrible things on their families. The Denver Broncos and the Buckeyes, dog. I hate them. And they say hate is strong. I know. I want all the smoke. I gotta calm myself down, dog. Think about them because But Sierra husband didn't get the job done, but they're gonna pay him another 90 for the next couple of years. It don't matter. If I'm him, I'll be like, you know what? Let me get into this motivational speaking. Let me jump around. Do I even want to be second string somewhere? I got my money. I got my girl. I can run for mayor of Seattle. Like,
unfortunately, it does seem like, unfortunately, he might get a paying job somewhere. And unfortunately, being a Falcon fan,
I wouldn't mind. I know Chicago don't want to keep Justin. Are they going to keep Justin? But first of all, C.J. Stroud is the best Ohio State quarterback that ever came out of the whole college. Okay? Kirk Herbstreit wasn't even fresh. He's just a dope commentator. Right. But C.J. Stroud, I happen to be in Houston watching that game with Texan fans, and I'm so happy. Indianapolis is one of our affiliates for Get Up Mornings with Eric Campbell, and the way that running back dropped that ball on 4th and 2, he should move. He should move.
Yeah.
Like that was awful, but I'm happy for. I think Russell Wilson would be dope playing second string in Chicago, helping the Justin Fields. Like now Russell got to get on his. Let me help somebody.
He got no choice.
Yeah, he don't have no choice. But then also, let me help this dude. Let me help another dude. Oh, let me get out the league and be a quarterback coach. Oh, let me get out. You know what I'm saying? Who ain't gonna say? You can't say nothing about his quarterbackness. You can just talk about his last 2 seasons with Denver. I mean, before these last 2 seasons, we never saw Russell fail. Never. Yeah.
So he was a world beater.
I'm a Russell Wilson fan, but not when he got on that white horse head. I don't care what he do, him or Sierra. Maybe he ain't automatic, systematic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. How about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It is my man Griff. I appreciate you, everything you do, man. Stick around for just a second, man. But hey, go blue tonight. I did say go Washington too.
Who you got?
Hey, I ain't got no dog in the fight. You understand me?
I'm asking. You a sports commentator? Who you got in the game?
I got Washington. I ain't gonna hold you.
Do you?
I'm bigging up the young man again. They passed him over for the Heisman. They passed him over for the quarterback award, and now
you want to lose some money.
See, why we gotta go there?
I ain't no gambler either. But since you telling me in my face, you picking Washington after you sat here and acted like we was cool. Let me take some money about your family.
I'm just saying. I ain't got a dog in this fight. So it is what it is, man. But hey, I'm taking Washington on this one, man. It's AlphaMale, people. Peace.